you know, a lot of people watching or listening to this, myself included, being, you know, here in this conversation, you know, I go back into my mind to all these movies you see about these kidnappers, and you know, the FBI comes in and they bring the money, and then they go to meet the ransom person, and then they catch them in the act and things like that. None of this really happens in real life. You know, I guess,
No,
you know, we think those things. We think, oh, the FBI showed up, so now they're going to do something, but it's not really like that. There's no, you know, team that goes down there and kind of extracts your mom and arrests these people and come back.
it's not that easy. I know, you know, in our minds, that's exactly how we thought it would play out, but then it was
everybody would.
We are very lucky here in the United States when it comes to, you know, when something like this occurs here, you have a negotiator who picks up the phone and speaks to the bad guy, because they know what to listen to, what are the, you know, the patterns in their voice, what are they saying, how are they saying it. Mexico is like, you're on your own, buddy. You talk to them.
Yeah.
You got the money, cool, pay it, you know, and then once we find out where they're at, then we'll go and we'll get them. But that's not how it works here. So you're talking about we're trying to be coached in a sense to be professionals when you are the children of the person whose life is in these people's hands, and you have to keep it together, and you have to let them know, like, I'm doing everything that we possibly can. We are, because we are. But how do you maintain that composure, you know? And you just don't. You're honestly falling apart. Anything, you know, say the wrong thing and it can go bad, you know? So you're put in a very difficult position, because you're thinking, well, how is the U.S. handling it like this? But Mexico's saying, don't do that. Don't say this. You talk to them. You guys want to come down? Well, by all means, you know. And FBI is like, absolutely not. You're not crossing that border. You know, you're in immediate danger. You are you are also a direct victim. How do you handle that? So, and a million and one things are, you know, in spurts run through your mind, like, oh my God, my job, you know? But then at the end of the day, it's like, who cares? It's my mother. We still haven't found her. And then you reach a breaking point. You really do reach a point where it's like, when are you stepping in? Or when are we making this public so that we can get the help of everyone? Someone must have seen something. You know, someone probably knows who took her, who has her, where they have her. Our first logical, you know, reaching out was to the governor in Colima, and our pleas went completely ignored. They went completely ignored, and then you dig a little bit, and then you find out why. They take bribes, you know. They are paid off. They are paid to look the other way, you know. Certain things run exactly how they want them to. It's designed that way. You know, what is very unexpected in something like this is that you have a family that doesn't give up, because that's typically what happens. They you know, might shut down a street or create mayhem for like a day or two, and then they get scared, or they're told to not say anything, not look anymore, not do anything. But at this point, it's like, hold on. That can't be it. This cannot be our reality. She's a U.S. citizen. We have the support of the United States. Here, we are U.S. citizens. So is she. I mean, you're bringing back people, you know, who are wrongfully or detained in other countries, and the government steps in and does whatever possible to make that happen. What's the difference here? You're dealing with Mexico. It's extremely difficult. They look at one of the like hardest things for me also was, whenever we're asked, you know, where are you from? We always say Mexican. We always say we're from Colima. We're, you know, because that's where our parents are from. I think one of the, you know, bigger things to really understand is that we're really looked down upon. Like, they don't want the FBI to help in any way. They don't think that it's useful. You have a back and forth of egos, of agencies saying, well, and it is such a frustrating position to be in, to literally see that there are solutions, or that the next move should be this, but they're saying, well, who suggested that, or who said that? Well, the FBI. Well, no, we don't want to do it that way. We're going to do it this way. And what can you do? Force them? You can't. So what do? You know, for us, we had to really sit down and think, okay, if we are going to plead to the government here, we also have to make that plea in Mexico, because she is there and she is Mexican and she has a dual citizenship. So she is a citizen of both. We have to receive this help, and then we have to do things the right way. So we start contacting, pleading for help from everywhere. And we, unfortunately, on that, the news went, as soon as it went public, when they finally made the decision to go public, I believe it was day 36, 35 or 36. We're talking about a month and a week of absolute horror. And it's, when it went public, you would think that the authorities, in Mexico would have been like, okay, well, now we're going to get the help of the public. And it wasn't like that. They were upset. They didn't like that it happened that way. Why? We knocked on every door. We tried to get help from every government official from surrounding states in Colima, within different cities inside the state, from the governor herself. Completely went, like, they just, like, well, she's just one of so many. What else?